Alright, y'all, so today we're going to be doing another Halo 2 cut content, cut missions, cut maps, whatever you want to call it. Looking at more cut content from Halo 2 and just the extensive library of material that we have to look over. Now, in my last part, I covered the milestone levels, the brief concept of them, and the first one, defensive. Now, we're going to be covering the second one here in this playlist, which is assault. So we're going to look over the milestone level, milestone 1 map, Assault from Halo 2. If you don't know what those are, I'm just going to quickly summarize. It was kind of like a bunch of demo maps, test maps that Bungie was creating to basically test out various ideas, mechanics, game modes, things that they wanted to eventually put into their final game, but never intended to be in the final game itself. So this level, Assault, has a summary of take out the Covenant command shuttle and find out what they're after. Pretty simple. I also wanted to also mention the design documents summary of this level, which mentions, which says, the player is dropped behind enemy lines to prepare the way for a human assault. They must wipe out the perimeter defenses, capture the main entrance of the installation, and then secure it by wiping out all resistance. So, pretty straightforward. It's kind of an interesting style level, so let's go ahead and check it out, see what this thing's all about. Alrighty. Alright, so this is Milestone 1 Assault map, or game mode, and wow. Like the previous Milestone level, it's once again huge in scale, a huge map. I do think it's pretty cool how it's in the nighttime setting though. Get this huge planet right there. I think it's maybe Threshold, I'm just assuming. Got tons of terrain, very bumpy terrain, and got this Warthog here just sort of floating here. So let's go ahead and check it out real quick, see what we gotta do. So far, I can assume, from looking at these Milestone 1 levels, like the scale of things. Like, maybe Bungie originally wanted the levels in Halo 2 to be massive in scale. Could have been the case. As Halo 2 had more linear levels. But I think Halo 3 kind of fixed that, where it opened up the sandbox, so to speak. Alright, so we got a little path here we can drive up to. Definitely going to need a vehicle to make it around this map. So that's the installation I guess we gotta sneak into and take out the defenses for. I did hear rumors that this assault level has some stealth mechanics and maybe like an alert system in it, which was an idea for the Halo 2 cut stealth system, which was a mechanic that was cut from the final game. I believe it was part of the Delta Halo mission. In Halo 2's campaign, it was going to have like a stealth section, which never made it to the final release, as they could never really properly get it fully finished. So we have a little cave-in structure there, so that's cool. And we have a Covenant vehicle here, Covenant Bridge vehicle here, which is cool. The textures look a bit unfinished on it, but still, it's cool. I don't know if this was... I know that this was a cut vehicle from Halo 2, in a way. But I don't know if it was ever meant to be playable or whatever. I don't even know if it's still actually a thing in lore, but that's really cool. I just noticed, too, there's another way across this massive little dip right here. Just, as you can see, the scale of this thing is a huge map. You can kind of make your way across here, or this light bridge, which may be other ways. It looks like there's another way, too. You can kind of go into that little cavern from the mountain there and go. So there's like multiple ways to approach this. That's really cool. Like the previous map I played through, this map is definitely huge. Definitely a big team battle, and other things could support it. And look at this structure. This Forerunner structure. I love the design of it, how unique it is. I mean, it doesn't look fully finished. Obviously, I don't think any of these demo maps are finished, but It looks better than the other structure we saw in the last map. This thing looks huge. I love the scale of it. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, so how... Oh, shoot. How do we get in here? Alright, let's go down here. Ah. Yeah, I don't want to lose the Warthog. Wow, okay. This is so cool. This is like really cool. I like the shadows too and the darkness surrounding this map. And, oh, okay, so there's a Covenant ship here. That is super cool. It looks like a Covenant ship I've never seen. But it looks like some kind of fighter shuttle aircraft. Maybe a new version of a Covenant transport. The shadows and some of the lighting looks a bit unfinished, though. But I'm not sure. Is there any mission to this? Like, the last one did have some kind of mission. So let me see real quick. I know there was, like, various alert, like, levels that were represented in, like, colors. Like, the white would be, like, the player was not seen. You know, the green is like they're attacking like a part of the map. And red is obviously they know you're here and they're trying to kill you. Okay, so this is the way into it, I guess. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I guess this is how the shadowing work looks like. It looks weird. It doesn't look finished for sure. I'm sure they would have fixed it. None of that's in the final game. Just kind of a weird lighting error there. Alright, let's go inside and check it out. Oh, pretty mysterious, pretty dark. Okay. Okay, loading done. So there's definitely progress here. Okay. Alright, pretty creepy. Okay. Definitely got the shadow elements here. A lot of shadows and darkness in this map. Immediately different. Okay. Let's go up here and see what's going on over here. It reminds me of that one level from Halo 2's campaign with the elevator. Alright, so let's try to figure out what the next steps are in terms of progressing in this so-called mission. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go up here or what the next steps are, so. Alright. I know I enter that room and structure and stuff, and like I said, I know there's like supposed to be like patrols and a lot of like sneaky stuff about this level and the whole mechanics of it. They're just trying to figure out how to progress through it, though. Maybe we can go up here. Let me see. All right. Well, that's one way. What is this? A light? Can we jump to it? Ah, damn. Okay, let me see. I know I'm trying to see if I can grab onto this thing. I know it's some kind of movable platform, but I have no idea how I'm supposed to get on top of it. I wish there was a mechanic in Halo 2 where they can just grapple on the surfaces. Alright, let me see. I know this is where we came out of, so let me see if there's anything else I might have missed. Alright. Ooh, I like that Forerunner structure and architecture. Once again, it has that very Halo 1 vibe to it, just a bit more detail to it, so. Okay. I'm not sure if there's like another way in or this is the only way in, so let me see real quick. I know there has to be a way, you know, throughout this area. The detail on this thing is pretty impressive, though. I mean, it's not finished, obviously, but still Very impressive, the detail. Like these little structures and the whole architecture of the installation looks very nice. Alright, let me go ahead and drive around and see if where else there might be to discover and how do we maybe get inside and progress. Okay, this is a big area too. Oh, shoot. There we go. Landed it. Alright. Maybe this was the exit way, I'm not sure. Pretty huge place and a lot of terrain to, you know, juggle is pretty cool. I know that part of the mission is to, like, you know, penetrate that installation and stuff. Okay, so that's where that gap was we crossed over. Pretty huge area. Definitely multiple ways of travel here. I'm trying to see if there might be another door or something we might have missed, or was the only way in, so. From the looks of it and how the base is positioned, it looks like that's the only way in. And I'm not even sure if you're supposed to progress any further than that, though, to be honest. So let me see. Yeah, it looks like a copy and paste right there. Okay. Let me go ahead and see real quick what's going on with this. I know we can get up here, but I'm just trying to figure out how. Or am I supposed to push something? Because I feel like I'm missing something. It's kind of fun figuring out. And it could just be nothing. It could just be showing off the level. Okay, made on this thing. Okay. Okay. What is this? This looks like it's just a wall here that ends. Am I missing something? All right. I do like it so far. It looks pretty cool, and I'm sure this leads up to somewhere. Yeah, it's something up there, but just we can't get to it. Alright, so I kind of figured out a few finessing things, so to speak. So, like I mentioned before, this was probably some kind of elevator that leads players up, and I'm sure you would have had to, you know, kind of in the shadows, take out certain enemies and all this stuff. But I had to sort of activate one of the skulls in Halo 2 MCC, the Arachnophobia skull, just to be precise, to basically proceed through this little section of the installation, because there's no way to get up it if you don't have any skulls attached. So, okay, let's go ahead and just take a look at it real quick. I mean, everything is modeled in here, it's just nothing is finished or working, so I'm not sure if, like, when this was showed off to, like, the gaming press back in the day, if this was just the state of the level or there was actually enemies in it, but All right, let me go ahead and see what is up. All right. So now we get this whole section that we just missed out on, that we could have missed out on. Assuming this is where the elevator would have went up to, and it would have landed in this little area, which is... It overall looks really good. I mean, the Forerunner structure, the models... Everything looks very nice and interesting. It just doesn't look finished in terms of textures, but it still looks pretty good. The lighting's pretty solid too. It's got that cool Forerunner lighting. As you can see, more dark corridors. I do like the architecture, everything. It looks really cool and nice, and something that looks busy, but it's like the Bungie style Forerunner architecture, which has always been my favorite, so. Alright. Yeah, so let me just go ahead and go up here. Yep, it looks pretty good. I mean, there's even these little side sections here. I'm sure you would have had to fought enemies and stuff, infiltrating the base and everything. I'm sure with modding tools, you would be able to like place enemies here and have your own little firefight mission going on, but yeah, look at the detail, like the model work here. It's really good. Like a lot of work was definitely put into this test map. It just obviously was never finished. Maybe this was probably some kind of elevator grav lift, probably, I'm assuming. Could have been the case, but yeah, so. Yeah, just checking that out. Got some cool lighting here. Got these little thingies here. I'm not sure. Oh, they're ladders. That's cool. Okay, so they're kind of big ladders. You can climb up that stuff. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the little hallways, the sides here. This would be like a cool multiplayer map or even a campaign level if they ever wanted to add it to Halo 2. But obviously this was just a test environment. So yeah. Trying to think what might have things we can miss. Alright. Yeah, so this is a very cool looking room. Very busy, but very well designed. Shows kind of the ambition that they were thinking of, so it's kind of pretty nice. I like it. Alright, let's go ahead and see what this is about. Yeah, so this is kind of a higher... Yeah, that's where the elevator would have gone up to. I'm going to see if we can actually go any further, because I'm not sure if we can. I know, obviously, there's the elevator down there. Maybe this would have been some kind of door that would have opened, but just wasn't finished. I mean, as far as I can see, I don't see any other way up. It seemed like this was just it. So, let me see. There's a little section here. Let me see. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, nothing up there. Okay. Let me see if there's anything in here. Very well designed room. It just, there doesn't seem to be too much. I don't think this might be it. I think this might be the extent of the interior for this Forerunner installation, it looks like. The purpose of it is, I'm not too sure. It could have been anything in the universe. We just don't know. Yeah, I got some more creepy corridors here. I really like it though. I think it's one of the best. It's honestly like a really well designed room. I think it reminds me like a lot of like Halo 3 in a way. But it doesn't appear we can go any further above this. There's some kind of roof and everything. So this was probably the extent of the structure that we would have been able to see, I think. I could try to give it one more look. Yeah, there's the roof. Yeah, I don't see anything else, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, so that looks pretty much like the extent that we can actually see everything, but just... I really like it. I really like this thing. It looks really cool. Alright, so let's go back down here. I'm assuming we didn't miss anything, right? Okay. Okay, so we can just walk down here. It's cool. It's so dark in here. They definitely wanted to use the shadow mechanics and everything like that, so... Alright. So yeah, this was the elevator, and it would have took you up to that room. I think it just would have been a thing where you probably would have either sneaked up there and did something like stealth mechanic wise in the shadows, or you know, something like that. And this elevator would have took you up to that room, and you would have done something. Okay. So let's get out of here. I think that's the extent of the interior, I believe. So, all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other stuff real quick. Kind of want to get on top of this rock here. Ooh. No. I need to land on it. Okay. And this is kind of a different view of that Forerunner structure here, and it looks massive and beautiful. I really like it. Despite some like the texture work being not the greatest, it obviously was unfinished, but it looks great. It looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and get on it. Let's see if we can actually walk on it. I'm sure we can. Okay, cool. Looks very nice. Okay, we can actually go up here. You can probably put like a ship or like a platform here for like a ship to take off or something. It'd be kind of cool if they did something like that. Okay, here we go. Now we're on this part of the structure. And look how high up we are. It looks amazing. It looks honestly great. I love this thing. Okay, let's go up to the very top. Okay. Oh, can I land it? Can I land it? Can I land it? Yeah. And we're at the very top of this thing, and we are the king of the world. As you can see, the skybox is a bit glitching out here. Obviously, we weren't supposed to be this high up. But look how massive this thing is. And look how high up we are. This is amazing. I love this thing. You know what? Let's go even higher. Can we even go up to this mountain here? Because this is like the highest point on the map. So let me see. I'm not sure if there's any invisible barriers or anything like that. Ah. Ooh. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there anything beyond? Question mark. It seems like there is, but not like... Yeah, it just kind of cuts off. I'm not sure if you fall in the... If you fall down. Let me see. If you fall... Okay, there is an invisible barrier up there, so we cannot go any further. Okay. Alright. Don't want to fall off. Okay, there we go. And this is the highest point on the map. And yeah, this is the map Assault in all its glory. Pretty huge map with so much terrain and a really cool looking Forerunner structure, so. Yeah, look at this. It is huge. Okay, let's see. Yeah. But it doesn't look like there was anything in terms of mission-wise was done on this map. I know, like I said, I've heard some things about this demo map. I heard that it was supposed to introduce all the stealth mechanics and everything like that, but it looks like none of that was incorporated. It never got to a point of actual development, or maybe we just didn't get an actual build, or there's just something we did wrong, but... So far, it's just a map we can explore and take a look at. And honestly, I think it looks great. I mean, this could easily be a campaign map somewhere in the games. Or, I mean, modders and other people can make their own original Halo stories with this map. It looks great, to be honest, with some, with some fine-tuning and some polish of the textures and stuff. So, yeah, just kind of flying around, seeing the scale of this thing is massive. You got the little light bridge here. The giant cavern. I just think this map's really cool. I think it's cool. I just think the beauty of it is the scale and the design of it's really cool. Kind of for fun, just want to see what this looks like in here. It's just another way across the cavern, the ravine or whatever it's called. Yeah, there's a different view of this little Covenant bridge ship here. I'm assuming maybe water or something would have been put in here, possibly. Yeah, pretty massive. And yeah, kind of just led you the same direction. And here's this thing over here. Yeah, it seems like we went in here. You can kind of go in here, and then this is where all that stuff that we saw inside was. And then this is all this stuff. I don't even know what this area is being used for. Probably nothing, but yeah. It kind of, if interesting, it kind of bridges off inside the mountains. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be more we could have seen, but also this little ship right here, this Covenant craft. I don't think this was ever in the games. This was a cut Covenant vehicle that I'm assuming would have either we would have had to destroy in the mission, or would have been something that we could have even used or something. I know there's a name for it, but I forget the name off the top of my head, but yeah, I think it's really cool though. I think it's really cool. And the design, like I said many times, looks fantastic for this thing, and the scale of it looks cool. There is no vegetation or anything, but just fantastic modeling and terrain, but you know, and textures, but yeah, not much in terms of actual terrain and vegetation though. But yeah, go ahead and fly up here. Yeah, I gotta forgive the skull. It kind of has a little reverb to it. I know my warthog is somewhere. I think it's probably down there. Yeah, there it is. It's all the way over there. But yeah, this was the cut milestone 1 level assault. Not much to it. I know that this was kind of the demo level meant to show off the stealth mechanics that they were supposed to use for Halo 2. Never got obviously introduced into the campaign, or really this map did not get developed enough to even introduce these to the player now. But still, this is a big, massive map, and I think it's still really cool to just explore it and just see what could have been. And I think it's just cool that we even got this, you know, recovered and playable now. So, but yeah, this was the Milestone 1 map Assault for Halo 2. So hopefully y'all liked the video. This was just kind of a quick little walkthrough, playthrough, so to speak, for this map. In the next one, we'll just continue alongside with the other Milestone 1 map and continue trekking along, so to speak. But yeah, that was the Milestone 1 map for Halo 2 Assault. Hopefully y'all hopefully y'all have a good day. Peace. And always have smiles. I don't know why I said that, but for real, peace.